Last week on the Sailing Bison, we had one of our best sails since entering the Sea of Cortez. Full of high-speed winds and the occasional squall, what was originally going to be a 20-mile day turned into 60 nautical miles. We sailed into the night, with 20 knots pushing us further and further north.
We're Will and Em, and we're living on the hook in our sailboat, Appa. After years of plotting our escape from the Fire Nation, aka our day jobs, we're finally home free on the open seas. Living off the land and learning how to take life at a much slower pace, we're embarking on our monomyth with our trusty sidekick, Lou Dog. Grab a beer, kick your feet up, and let us take you on this wild ride aboard our Sailing Bison.
All right, Emily and I are about to sail off anchor here at Las Pilates, headed into Bahia Concepcion. We've gotten pretty good at sailing off anchor, by no means experts, but we're enjoying the process and getting better at it. Today's is interesting because it's the first time we're sailing off anchor where the conditions are against us. So we have the shoreline behind us here, the wind blowing us towards that shoreline. And as we get off anchor, we'll immediately need to go against the wind, start tacking, and you can't see in the camera, but there's a bluff on our starboard side. So we only have the starboard tack to be able to go port out of here, head north. That's our only option. So we've got to nail a maneuver. We're a little nervous, a little excited. Hopefully this goes well. Okay. Yeah, we keep going up.
All the way up?
Weight at 30 again? 45? Right around there. Working for the tack.
You want the wind on this side?
Yes.
The anchor is over here.
Alright, we'll go down towards it now then, and then work our way back east.
I'm going to let it swing all the way and then come up?
Yeah. Yep. That's good. Up, up, up. How you looking?
Okay,
Anchor's up. We're doing great.
Want the head sail?
No, first lock in this main for me.
Locked in?
We're doing fantastic, honey. Great job. High five.
Want the head sail?
A little bit of it. We're on course. We're doing fine. Yeah, keep it controlled.
Oh, you on that side?
Yep. You can hold it there. I'm gonna start going downwind already.
I'm going to do the anchor then.
Yep.
Yip, yip! Woohoo!
Sailing around the northern edge of Punta Concepcion towards Playa Santespec was the culmination of our best ever route planning. Over the course of 4 days, we traveled 97 nautical miles. By working with the weather, we were able to cover that much ground almost entirely under sail power. In total, we only burned up 5 gallons of diesel. For those of you watching from land, just imagine for a second moving your whole house and all of your belongings 100 miles with a single, small jug of fuel. Our key to success was not living by any preset agenda. We obsessed over our weather apps, letting each new prediction dictate the best times, anchorages, and routes to maximize our forward progress without the help of fossil fuels. As each new weather model became available, we adapted our plans and made the best of the cards dealt to us. As Karl Marx wrote, we make our own history, but not under conditions of our own choosing.
There's also some rocks right here. Right through there. So when you come in, you gotta kind of sweep in.
We're gonna anchor on the western point of that peninsula.
So west, right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, once we come around, just sweep in and we'll miss these rocks.
Bahia Concepcion is an interesting topographical arrangement. Nearly 20 miles long and 5 miles wide, there is a lot of blue in the bay. But, unusual to the region, the deepest point is only about 60 feet. This turns the whole of the bay into the equivalent of a children's wading pool, spelled H-O-T. There is a series of anchorages in the northwestern corner where a weary sailor can drop a hook.
Bobos here are insane. Like, constantly feel like I'm being swarmed.
As we approached our first stop, we came upon a fleet of sailboats already there. We later learned that there was a carnival on the beach set up for Easter. Now, I'm not sure how those two things correlate, but it does explain the crowd. Unfortunately, we missed out on meeting our first Mexican carnies by a single day. Maybe the next time Jesus decides to come back from the dead, we'll be there for the festivities.
Oh wow, this smells really strong. Did you put something in them? You're about to put chips in them. Don't say that.
When I made them, I put my secret ingredient in there.
Pray tell, what's that?
That's my secret ingredient.
The secret ingredient to your canned beans? No, they're not canned. Your soaked beans.
You can just call them beans, though.
Anywho.
Would you like beans on chips?
I would not. Thank you.
They're cold.
Alright. I do want a tostada though. I don't want beans. I don't want cold beans. You're insane for eating cold beans. Absolute psychopath behavior right now. You see what I deal with? Cold bean man.
Why are you being put in the fucking cross for eating cold beans? They're nutritious. I made them.
You're gonna be ripping ass later.
I'm always ripping ass. It's normal to eat cold beans.
Is it?
It is. I've been eating cold beans my whole life.
Nobody eats cold beans. You're the only person I know that eats cold beans.
You're so wrong.
It definitely tastes better hot.
That's up for debate.
Clearly.
Let me ponder over a cold plate of beans.
What did you say like that? Welcome to episode 10. Come eat tostadas and beans with us. Eat your beans.
I'm hyper aware
Of your beans.
Yay!
Make me cry over here.
Now that I've presented an irrefutable argument as to the merits of cold beans, let's go explore the local town. The land now filled with houses of retired Americans was originally granted to descendants of Native Americans who were even more originally displaced by the Mexican government generations ago. That family, being enterprising, built a town on the granted land and rents plots to foreigners so they can build their dream houses on a beautiful and remote beach.
Oh, it's falling. You got any cool pictures in there?
Of course.
What does the turtle say? Congress.
It's a little George right there. Smiling.
Now, I don't know about you, but I think the idea of having my own town sounds pretty cool. Maybe that's something to consider once we're done with boat life.
And they were roommates. Where did that sand come from? Oh, I forgot I'm recording you.
Bees nest back there.
Oh, gross.
If any of our viewers out there like the sound of this town, it seems there's a chance to rent, your own piece of paradise. And don't forget about our commission. Before we left that afternoon, some of the locals told us to come back that evening to celebrate the town owner's birthday. Watching this back, I think the music sounded a lot better in person. Or maybe that was all the tequila they graciously offered us salty sailors.
It's all black. I can't even see.
But now that means there's work to be done. Like Thanos said, all things in balance. Another benefit of the sugar scoop is you get to do your dishes right off the back step. The sugar scoop was something I did not want in our cruising boat, and my lovely wife Emily fought tooth and nail to have it. Here I am, on record, saying it. She was right. Dishes can be done more easily, the dog has a place to use the bathroom, getting into and out of the dinghy is a breeze, and who doesn't love an outdoor shower? With the help of a bucket of salt water, cleaning up our workspace just takes a second. That job was just too easy to make up for the fun we had the night before. Let's see what other projects there are to do. I feel really close to the camera. Do I look really close to the camera?
You're in it now.
I like your laugh.
Today, we're gonna figure out what's going on with this. This gauge, which is our tank gauge, stopped working. We have 3 tanks on board that this monitors. We have our forward water tank, our starboard water tank, and our black water tank here on the port side. And this cycles through and shows you the height. It's never worked very well since we bought the boat, but now it doesn't work at all. So today we're going to be pulling this apart. We'll see what the root cause is and hopefully be able to fix it. Alright, we can quickly identify our positive and negative leads here. Looks like we have one negative for all three tanks coming in, and also the negative to the battery. The three positives for the tanks, and whites are probably grounds for the tanks. I'm not really sure how the tank reading technology works. First thing I think we'll do here is test the electricity flow to see if we're getting power over here at all. Because again, it's just not turning on. Oh, it just turned on.
The shortest Will's workshop ever.
Nice. I'm gonna fucking call that a win. Put it right back on. Alright, fantastic. Wouldn't really say that I've fixed it. Probably gonna break again for sure. But I can't say I've got it working at the moment. So we'll take it.
With our gauges back online and feeling sufficiently tired, I reckon our penance for the night before has been paid. So let's get back to the fun stuff. There are plenty of beaches around where we dropped our anchor. Unfortunately, being a relatively populated area, these beaches are typically filled with either locals or tourists. For some reason, we have found that other people don't love our wet, slobbery, sandy dog as much as we do. Now, they are objectively wrong, but we do try to oblige nevertheless. After a few days of reconnaissance, we found a single beach that remains unpopulated from sunrise until about 11 a.m. This we dubbed Lou's Beach. And boy oh boy, did he love his beach.
Check this guy out. It's just like the little one I just found.
Next week on the Sailing Bison, I just might figure out how to make our drone work. Lou continues to explore the sandy coastline. Emily discovers a natural hot spring. And we find ourselves deeply isolated once again.